Well, hello everybody, one and all. It's Got That Funk with you, and I'm doing a video response to Scouse Caspa XX. Hi, hun. This is about your video happiness, and you were saying you wanted people to tell you what makes them sort of happy, the simple things in life. And it doesn't really get much simpler than what I'm about to say. And before I say what I'm about to say, let me qualify by admitting that I realize that this sounds totally and utterly pretentious, okay? However, I'm perfectly serious when I say it. A long time ago, I suppose I was in my mid-20s, and I was living by myself in Alaska, and my girlfriend, who had moved up there with me from California, had moved away, and I went through a pretty depressed period there for a while. And it was also during this time that I had a couple of like mini awakenings in my head, as it were. And one of those mini awakenings was about happiness and how it's a choice to a certain degree. But you need something to cling on to when you're in a moment of despair. Something that you can say, this makes me happy. This is the reason I want to continue. Because when you're in deep despair, sometimes, and I'm not talking about contemplating suicide, but certainly comprehending it, you know. And anyway, I had this revelation, if you want to call it that. I don't really mean it in the divine sense of the word, but I had this realization. It was about breathing. If you can enjoy breathing, if you can actually enjoy it, you've always got something. I know that might sound stupid. Recently, one of the reasons I started making videos on YouTube, I had my heart broken pretty bad. I was having an affair with this woman, and it all went tits up in January, and I decided I didn't really want to face my town and stuff because, you know, rumors are flying about, and I live in a pretty small town, and you know, you fart in one side of town and people know what it smells like by the end of the day at the other end of town, sort of thing. Not because it was a pungent fart, but because people talk. Anyway, the point is, I was feeling pretty low, and I think if you look back at my early videos, it might be pretty well disguised, but I was not as animated and lovely as I might seem to some people at the moment. Anyway, my point is, what got me through that and what gets me through more or less all my darkest times is breathing. If you can be glad to breathe, if breathing can feel good to you, if you can enjoy breathing on a level of, pleasure, you've always got something. I take great delight in drawing a breath and letting it out, whether I'm thinking about it or not, but especially when I'm thinking about it, it is a beautiful feeling. And I've given it a lot of thought in meditation as well about breathing and the paradox of having to have something that is without, taking it within, taking what you need from it and then putting it back without again. And you know, it does an awful lot of weird things to your thinking when you meditate on this sort of thing. But that's a different subject. As far as happiness is concerned, though, obviously there are things I can do, places I can go, people I can be with who make me happy. My two closest friends here in town are the chicks who work for me, and they're quite a bit younger than I am, but we get along great, and we have really fun times together, and there's an awful lot of affection and an awful lot of respect between us. And I think it's fair to say that they can tell me anything and I can tell them anything, and being in their presence makes me happy, whether we're at work or socializing, whether we're speaking or not. You know, sometimes people, you just have to be in their orbit, and a little blanket of contentment wraps around you. And I think so my two best friends, my other best friend, my bestest best friend, she lives up country now, about 250 miles away, and I'm quite happy because she's going to be coming down for 2 or 4 weeks. I think she'll be down on Wednesday, and that's going to be pretty cool. So that's going to make me very, very happy. I haven't seen her much over the past year since she moved away. And obviously we keep in touch on the phone and stuff, but it's not the same. Obviously my kids, my daughter, who is in Thailand at the moment, having a great time, and my son lives with me still. They make me very happy. Looking at them and being around them makes me happy. Watching them be happy makes me happy. And being a parent in general is something that I've relished and treasured throughout the entire experience. I highly recommend it. It's for me, it's what life's all about. And if I didn't know my kids, or if my kids didn't know me, I don't know how I could be happy, breathing or not. I just, my kids, man. So yeah. My dogs make me happy because every single day when I come home from wherever I'm gone to, they're like overjoyed. They're like, "You're home, thank God," and that's great. So anything that I love or gives me love back makes me happy. Material stuff, I do have an awful lot of things that I like. Then I like them because I think that they're either funny or beautiful. I would still be me, and I could perfectly well get along without all that crap, though, to be honest. But like all material possessions, you could live without it, but you don't really want to. That sort of thing. I collect antiques. I collect a lot of kitsch crap, which I showed a week or so ago. Some of. I do writing. I do painting. Painting makes me very happy. I did a brilliant painting night before last, which I'm really, really, really happy about. When a painting turns out the way you want it to, it's the feeling of accomplishment is awesome. Half the time, though, when I do paintings, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, and I just sort of see what happens. But most of the time, they come out all right, and they make me really happy. Doing paintings or doing anything artistic makes me happy. I enjoy giving massages, and I dare say I'm quite good at that. And any time that one of my friends allows me to give them a massage, I am very, very happy about it. I like making other people feel good in general, and a massage is a nice, easy way to do so, which feels good for me and feels good for them, and it's all good. So that's something I enjoy doing. Dancing is the final thing on my list that I'd say makes me happy. Dancing, especially when the music is good, it can transport me into a completely altered state of consciousness. I don't need to do any drugs or drink to be in that altered state of consciousness when I'm dancing, although I may have partaken of both. Bottom line is, dancing all by itself does transport me. When it comes to dancing, I am a complete snob as to what music I will and won't dance to, and I dance like a monkey on fire. Some people do sort of take the piss and when they watch me dance, and I've had the same thing since I was like 16. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if everyone's watching or no one's watching. I'm just going to do my thing. And I do prefer dancing to funk, then after that hip-hop, then after that reggae, then after that pop music, and then I can do your sort of trance and hard house and whatever. But mostly, I'm a funk and hip-hop guy. That's my favorite thing to dance to. Anyway, so I hope that helps to answer your question. It was delightful to answer. May all your ups and downs be ups. And to everyone else that's watching, thanks you very much for keeping along with the ride. This is Got That Funk. I'm out.